Come on. It's finally Friday. Oh, wake up and get your day started because it's finally Friday.
I feel like I should help and dance.
It's finally Friday.
I don't know the beat.
It's finally Friday.
Hey. Okay.
Wake up and get your day started because it's finally Friday. Hey.
Okay. Say that does not give 80s black sitcom intro. Actually, we need you to sing that, and then we all just kind of like pose, like, you know how they be doing random stuff like drinking coffee and then be like, yes, the old school Family Matters. Exactly.
Oh, when the family comes together on the couch in the end.
And it's like finally Friday.
Welcome to Finally Friday, y'all. Joining you live from Studio 1452. I'm your digital anchor, Andre Ashley, the one and only Antonice Strickland from 98.4. And we also have the one and only Lynzee and Mychael. You know, as we always say, if it's Friday, it's finally Friday. And here we are again. The rain, I'll tell you, it did something to me this morning.
Literally. What did it do to you, Andre?
It had me driving to the parking lot this morning and then leaving right back out.
Oh.
And I think I have to actually admit this for the first time. I think I've officially become a Starbucks person.
Oh, wow.
After years of being a Tim Hortons person, I had to grab it was this new drink I tried.
Like tell us
caramel, not to, overly promote them or anything. And I had like a butter.
They can run it back.
A butter bread croissant. It was
really
good.
Ooh.
So shout out.
I'm sorry.
Thanks for the judgment.
I love how you ate this morning because I didn't.
Me either. We are starving.
Yes. So shout out to them and shout out to this rain. I mean, it is pouring out there. But we're gonna shine a light.
Yeah. Can we let you know? We had to let Andre's jacket dry off.
Yeah.
Because he takes such good care of us. He went into the rain, running errand for us.
Yes.
We love him.
We do.
Just have to give Andre a shout out there.
Thank you. I was actually about to because I felt like, oh, you really gonna go to my car? Like, yes, Andre.
He lets us live in our soft girl energy.
Yes.
Here in the studio.
Yeah.
The expectations are up now. Okay.
No, very high.
Thanks, Andre. We appreciate it. Let's get to some of the hot topics of the week. Brittany Griner back in the news. Apparently, she did an interview recently where she talked about not going to Russia. She would never go there again, only on one pretense, and that's for the Olympics.
Yeah. Oh, she's not going anywhere overseas.
She said anywhere overseas.
She said
anywhere overseas.
She's not going.
That's crazy how the ordeal that she went through could do this to you. Like
overseas. She said,
not even Canada.
I'd be traumatized too.
I would be too. I think this brings up a great topic of doing your research of the laws of these different countries before you go overseas, because some of them, something that may be small here is a big deal there. And we want to make sure no one gets into that situation because we can't do that again.
No chance.
Following the U.S. State Department warnings and advisories would be good.
Definitely.
For wherever you travel.
They do not care for us.
Yes, indeed. So, I thought that was pretty interesting because, you see in the comments online, people are like, child, we're not doing this again.
No.
Stay out of Russia or out of areas where if you can't handle the rules or abide by the laws, standards that are set in other countries, then probably not a good place for you to visit.
If I was her wife, I'd be like, no, you're not going anywhere, because she was on a whole press run. She was not playing.
Yeah.
And that, that's a lot of stress on her partner. And I would be like, yeah, you're not going anywhere.
You don't.
You ain't going to Russia. You ain't going nowhere overseas.
You know how people parents are putting their kids on those little leash thingies or whatever. That's probably
for sure.
Partner feels.
Yeah,
for sure.
I have to see you.
You are here in the States for real. Speaking of abiding by rules or laws, this one was unfortunate. In the news this week, Tara Davis Woodhull, I believe that's her name, lost her national title because of apparently
she tested positive.
She tested positive for marijuana. That she was given that drug test, and it's like deja vu. Here we go again. Another black athlete who is disqualified or loses her titles because of drugs found in their system. What y'all think about this?
It's unfortunate. I mean, it sucks, like, kind of to your point you were saying earlier, like, kind of following the rules, even if we don't agree with the rules. I think we can't stop advocating for that not being stripped of your, like, you know, whatever it is that you gained because of smoking cannabis. Or not even smoke. She may not even smoke. It may have been anything that she could have used. You can intake cannabis in multiple ways. So,
Like the
but it is.
aroma?
No, well, I mean, you could take edibles and all those different things. You know, we
Yeah.
talked about it kind of last week, right after 420.
Yeah.
But
Isn't it kind of hard isn't it difficult to follow or adhere to certain traditional rules when it's become so commonplace in our society? When
and that's
certain
the
laws
thing.
have been.
That's why you have to. I think that's why the advocacy has to continue, because like it's not like using one of those like actual enhancements that make you faster or make you this, that, and the other. Like it literally. I don't know. But until we get to that point, unfortunately, we do have to be mindful of those things. Just like if you get a job and you know they're gonna drug test, don't take it in if you want that job. We do that with our everyday jobs too. So
yeah, like construction jobs, manufacturing jobs. You know, you
they
cannot be lit.
Yeah.
While you are trying to fix my car, I'm gonna buy from y'all.
But it is sad because you work very, very hard to get your national title. So I feel bad for her for sure because that's a lot of work.
I feel bad, but this reminds me of Miss Richardson from last year, and was it Shikari Richardson? Yeah. Richardson, who lost or was disqualified actually from the track round or competition she was a part of because she was possibly tested for some type of drug, marijuana, in her system. So. It is unfortunate. What do you think?
Unfortunate. I think just piggybacking off of Antonice's comments, we just have to advocate for this because it's not an enhancement drug. I just don't understand why. I get it. You know, there's rules in place. If you're going to disqualify certain drugs, disqualify all drugs. But certain laws now, like you said, the normalcy of it.
Yeah.
I feel like the rule, they need to stop testing for marijuana.
Yeah.
That's the bigger picture. And I don't know what has to happen for that to stop being a conversation, something that they even test for. But that's the bigger picture.
Should they loosen their rules, or should players not engage in the sport if they can't live up to the rules?
I think they need to understand the pros of cannabis and understand why some of these athletes are using it. Yes. Some of them use it for pain because they don't want to get addicted to opioids and other powerful drugs. It's like we need to. That's the bigger conversation. What are they using it for? Exactly. Are they using it for emotional balance? Are they using it for pain? Are they using it, for some other forms of comfort?
Yeah.
And so I do think that the rules need to just take THC out of it altogether because it's not an enhancement. It's not going to make her faster.
And I think until it's like federally, okay, I don't know
because it's still illegal.
Yeah, because each state is different. Yeah, each state is different. Each country is different. Some countries still don't say about it how we do. Yeah.
But see, here's my problem, because if you know the rules or the laws of marijuana is not accepted in certain countries, and if their enforcement, like in Russia, they don't play with it like that. Obviously. They definitely don't play with it. They don't play with it like that. Then the Olympics ain't gonna play with it either. Especially when you consider the Olympics or a different type of sport being a sport. It's an elective. It's it is not mandatory that you be a part of, that you be a sports athlete. That's right. So true. And if you are going to play, just from my perspective, if you are going to be a part of playing a particular sport, you need to abide by the rules, period. So if you want to play track, you need to not only just practice running, but practice living up to the rules and standards that you pretty much agreed to live up to. So
we'll lose a job.
That is where we stand over here in the Ash household.
In the Ash household. He done did a little errand and now we in his house. I don't understand.
No. The household of one. In my head.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. We like, dang.
Not here.
Rain in the rain for us, and now we in his house. Okay.
A little thruple going on.
Not this
Didn't
house.
even know. I know now.
Yes. Coming from one who does never mind.
Moving on.
Simone Biles getting married. Love is in the air, isn't it?
I love them. They're so cute.
Yeah, Simone Biles apparently got married recently, and there was a photo put up of her husband getting married in a courthouse. I love this. A little bit old-fashioned.
Yeah.
Think about this. There were comments online talking about, you know what, that's the way to do it. First Lady Michelle Obama came out in an interview last week on CBS Morning with Gayle King, talking about, you know what, these young people, they are not interested in what it takes to continue a marriage that has longevity, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the glamour of the wedding, but something simple in the courthouse is just fine with me.
Can we stop putting pressure on celebrities or people with money to spend their money frivolously? Like, everybody does not want to spend all of their money on a ceremony with a bunch of people to come and spectate.
Exactly.
Some people, they may have bought a house, they may have invested it, could have did anything. They are such a nice.
They have a little party afterwards.
Yeah. They're doing all the boring things of what it takes to keep a marriage, or at least to be invested into a marriage for the long term, not just for entertainment or that's
that
big
part.
And glamorous for one night.
Yeah, because they could have easily
anyway.
They could have easily had someone like E or VH or someone come and record that, and they could have got a couple dollars off that. Everybody doesn't want to do that at all.
I respect them for it. I think to each his own.
Each his own.
If you want to spend $80,000 on your wedding,
cool.
It's just wasn't what they decided to do.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be the standard. Her dress was $120. I wish I had done that. My dress is in the hall closet.
Girl.
And it's been there since 2021.
See?
So.
And you paid more than $120.
I did. I did. I'm not gonna go there.
I'm sorry, I don't want to bring.
I was young.
Look, it happens to the best of us.
Well, speaking of small bios, then there's the conversation about her hair, which has been a continued conversation. We know the critics that are out there that have had something to say, but they're still saying something now. Apparently about her natural hair, right?
Yeah.
And so that is a thing of people being critical, particularly of Black women's natural hair, and what that means about you and your persona, or it doesn't make you less than because you decide to choose natural hair. I think we're moving away from that, but apparently when it comes to Simone Biles, we're not.
I mean, people have been criticizing her hair since she started. I feel like she won a whole gold medal, and they were still like, "Oh, girl, why your hair look like that? Why you didn't slick your edges down?" Like, she just won gold and is making back. Like, she doesn't care. She's there to do her job, and that was the best suited hairstyle that she wanted to have. I just feel like it's a continuous conversation, and it really needs to stop. They need to chill.
Yeah, they do need to chill.
Like, she just got married. This is one of the happiest days of her life, probably. She is not pressed.
No.
But she did. I feel like she snapped back. Like, that's
she made a
not
comment.
Yeah.
She said, I live in Texas. It's hot. It's humid.
Hot.
My hair did what it did, and I didn't care. I was getting married.
Exactly. Who's to say it didn't start a certain way? It was just by the time it was done.
And that's pretty much what she said.
There was a journey.
It was.
From the time she was at home to the time she went to the courthouse, I will tell you, there's some different kind of heat down south.
Oh, it is.
When I went to Florida, I felt like I couldn't make it from one block to the other.
Okay, it sucks you dry. It does. The energy, it sucks the moisture.
Apparently, it sucks your hair.
Yes, it sucks your hair. All of that.
Yeah. All the best to you. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Black love, Black young love.
Yes.
Marriage.
40 for you.
40.
Absolutely.
Won't be that young of love for you. You said
it won't be that young of love.
You just said you don't want to do that.
I have a whole rundown in front of me, but we get the trickle of the banner that runs at the bottom. Totally got to move with this one. Smokey Robinson is in there. How shall we forget about this? Apparently, he had talked about having had relations with particular Motown artists.
Look, speaking of marriage, let's talk about Smokey Robinson's affair.
That's such a twist.
Wow, it's the shade.
Oh God!
Let me put that up again. Smokey Robinson talking about, and why is he talking about that? But he's revealing that he had an affair with Diana Ross during his first marriage. This picture here is brought to you by the Shade Room. But he said we were working together.
And it just happened.
And it just happened.
Who is asking for this information?
Hey, that's the
you
Smokey about 70, 80 years old, something like that.
At a point, don't enter, and that's where the family has to step in. Like when these
Like
celebrities
smoking,
get
you
to a
have been
certain point,
smoking something today. It is okay, but we did not need to know.
we did not need to know. We did not need to know that.
Let me tell you something. I think there comes a point, and does it also say, maybe from a PR perspective, that some of these artists, we love their music, we love their history and the legacy, and then sometimes, for whatever reason, they need to stay or do things to stay relevant.
Yeah, true. But
I
that
mean,
would
is that
would have
what
never
this
been
is?
my suggestion. That was his suggestion. That would have never been like, yeah, let's bring that up.
It's doing
Get
what
back
it's
in the
supposed to.
headlines.
It's doing what it's supposed to do.
Right, because we're all
though.
talking about it.
And he just dropped an album.
I was about to
So
say,
this
but
all
there are
makes
so many
sense.
other things.
And the
with this album.
The album he dropped is called Gasms, and it's supposed to be. So maybe this was a whole. Now it's coming to me.
It was a setup.
It was a setup from the beginning.
Ty set this up.
It had to be something else. They could have used a different angle.
But here's the thing.
Diana is living her regular
Diana, you have-
best life. She didn't ask for this.
Diana
Diana
has 24 hours to respond.
Yes.
Did it happen?
Mother
No.
Diana.
And what song was y'all recording? Was the Supreme
Mama
there? Were
Ross.
they not? Like, I have questions.
I'm so tired of you.
And she's not going to respond because why would she?
She's
Right,
not.
right. That's
She's not.
beneath her.
It is beneath
Exactly.
That is beneath. You know,
The original Beyonce.
the original.
The original
Ooh.
diva. Miss Mama Ross is not gonna be playing.
her. Diana scratching her head. She's like,
Here
get this
comes-
She doesn't even know. That's the thing. You know how they found out Janet Jackson didn't know like about hot Cheetos? Like Diana doesn't know that this is even happening.
She doesn't even
not.
know.
See, I done already started something. I'm getting messages from the Beehive.
Oh,
Shut up! Oh my
Because they
Right.
said stop
Here they
bringing
come.
my girl up every week. Just like the third week we brought no smoke.
Oh
No
my gosh.
smoke
The
woman.
original Beyonce, Diana Ross. Oh goodness. But you know what's interesting? I just wonder, you talk about the new album, but see, here's why people are talking about it. Because the album is almost the after effect. No, if it was just he's coming out with a new album, no one would really be talking about it.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But we'll be buying and talk about it now because what new song you got in there about Diana?
Oh,
Exactly.
maybe the whole album is about her. I don't know.
We'll bring that up next time.
Now we
keep
gotta go
working.
listen. Now we gotta
Figure
go
out.
listen.
We'll keep you up.
I feel like after a certain point, though, don't claim me or any like what was it, 60
Leave
years
me
ago?
alone.
Don't bring
I probably don't
60
remember.
don't
years
bring,
ago.
I'm sorry.
I probably don't remember.
Don't bring
60 years
Bruh,
ago.
I don't even remember. What?
Like,
no.
yeah.
In my first marriage.
Your first. How many times can we find out how many times Smokey Robinson was
Been
married? Not okay. That's being messy.
Sorry.
Oh goodness.
That's being messy.
My bad. No, I'm not. Don't claim me after 60 years. Don't bring it up. Don't
Please.
talk about it because I've forgotten.
Can we talk about that? And we can move on, but we're not even talking about the feelings of the first wife.
Yo.
Like, dang. Like, imagine finding out
On the shade room.
on the shade room that your husband cheated on you in the 60s or whatever.
In the 60s.
60 years later.
That reminds me of the man who found the letters that his wife was sending back during like World War I. That he was 90 and he filed for divorce. They had been married. He was 92. He was like, no, I'm not letting that go. You cheated on me when we were 20. He divorced
Oh
her.
yeah, men can't handle a thing, even if they've
Ah.
been living their best life.
Let's say that for next week.
His marriage this comment, the 3.
Oh,
3.
Okay,
He has been married 3 times.
3.
Thank you.
Okay, you
Thank
said third
you.
time's a charm. The first time was a test drive, and I like
Not the
Diana.
producer,
And I like that.
not producer Babe telling us the numbers right on the live broadcast. Thank you. We
Thank
appreciate that. 3. Oh, he's married 3 times. Okay.
3 times.
Interesting. All right. Well, moving on. Let's get to Angel Reese. Oh, this sports
Yes.
culture has
Yes.
definitely been moving us this morning. But Angel Reese talking about Shaq and how she's feeling the pressure when he remarked on Instagram or social media recently saying that Angel Reese has got to be one of the best players to ever come out of LSU. And then she remarked on on social media, but also on a radio broadcast saying, you know what? She alluded to, and I'm paraphrasing, stop saying that. You're putting all this pressure on me. Like, and he said, well, I don't give a F. He stands by what he says as far as really him giving her
Homage.
flowers and homage.
Yeah.
But it also says another thing, like, I don't know how serious she took his comments as far as her response, but it's like, can you not live up or
No.
own the pressure that's on you right now? Because it's a real thing.
Yeah.
No one would be talking about LSU if it wasn't for the talents that the team that you have brought.
Yeah.
And how outspoken she's been as well. I mean,
Exactly.
everybody's talking about LSU. Everybody's talking about the WNBA.
Yes.
I'm sorry, college basketball,
College
women's basketball.
Yeah.
But speaking of the WNBA, that season is also kicking off as well. But it said something about Angel Reese and her talent.
Yeah.
But it also says something about, come on, embrace the love
Exactly.
that you are getting, girl.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
The competitive nature of sports. I feel like, hey, like Shaq said, look, it's Shaq. Okay,
Yeah.
he lived up to
Shaq
all
is
the. You got to think he was drafted young too, and he went to the NBA, and so he had to live up to certain standards, and so
It's
he's
just part
probably
of
like,
it.
girl,
Yeah.
I
It's
did
just part of it.
it. It's part of it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You the GOAT, greatest of all time. That's
Embrace
what he
it.
said. Embrace it.
Yeah.
You're watching Finally Friday. Live up to. If you have any questions or comments, send it to us in the chat. We'll love to bring it here on the live. Moving on to our Detroit question, this or that. Let's get into it. So there's always been like this talk about what is your favorite beverage, Detroit beverage, and something that we cherish or y'all cherish is Verner's Pop. How do y'all? Is this like? Apparently, it does miracles.
It does.
That's what I've been
I'm
hearing. But I'm just not with it. But Verner's is that a thing?
Where else can you get medicine for $2 for this much of it? Nowhere.
And it's been like the same price forever.
It has. Inflation didn't really touch Verner's.
It's so strong. It's stronger than a McDonald's Sprite, and that's a lot. That's a lot.
Well, it's not stronger than a Pepsi. Pepsi,
Oh.
now Pepsi is my medicine.
Oh. That's hangover
What?
medicine,
What?
Andre. That's hangover medicine.
Well,
Well, let me tell you.
y'all know me. I'm drinking tea with ginger in it.
Oh,
There you go.
okay.
Because don't get me wrong. I love Verner's, but it's sugar, water with some carbonation.
Especially after you give it a couple minutes, it's like it's diluted.
Yeah, it gets flat in 2 seconds. But I do love and respect Verner's, and I used to stand by it, and then I actually just started making ginger stuff. So
Yeah.
We appreciate it for it being our hometown ginger ale.
yes, exactly.
I've graduated to something different, and I've actually went across the border to get some Canada Dry.
Oh, across the border.
I love me some Canada Dry, but Verner's.
I'm gonna stick beside him. Before I had insurance, Verner's was my go-to. Get a
Oh,
Verner's and a
gosh.
Motrin, and it cured
Nope.
anything.
Oh God.
Really?
I'm gonna stick beside him.
Dr.
She said
Seuss.
before the insurance, it was Verner's.
Dr. Seuss.
When your kids get sick, what do? Take a Verner's, take a nap.
That's
No,
a-
it was a pillar of my childhood.
Come on.
for
that's a
sure.
Pepto
Come on now.
Bismol.
Oh, did y'all ever have to take castor oil?
I did.
I'm traumatized.
I am
with castor oil.
traumatized.
I did.
Tell me it didn't taste like
Oh.
melted Vaseline.
It was so
Yes.
bad. I tried
Why?
to.
Why did they think
Why
that
do
was
you
okay?
bring that up?
Yeah.
Why did
What
my
did you
mom
guys
think
take
it was
it for?
okay?
I took it to try to induce labor when I was like over my. It's like a brew, midwife's brew. It's like castor oil and tea and all this stuff. And I drank that, and it was
I
the
would
worst
have
experience of my
rather
life.
taken my Flintstone vitamins over
That part.
castor oil
That whole
because
part.
let me tell you,
I think I cried.
my
I
mom,
may have cried.
my mom, it was like a ritual. I had to have it almost every morning or every other morning.
What?
I think it was like
Oh, I
maybe
only
it
had
was
to take
twice
it
a
if I
week.
was
What is
feeling
this
well.
for, Andre?
The
No.
cleanse.
Oh,
She and look,
Oh,
and I
so we
would-
know what's going on in Andre's
Wait.
household.
Wait.
It's actually in castor oil.
I don't know.
Like,
they
is
gotta
there
mix it
other
with-
things in it
I
other
think
than
it's
castor oil?
Vaseline. It's gotta have some Vaseline. Because I feel like my lips were always like. But let me tell you before we wrap up, this is a thing growing up. It was I love orange juice in the morning,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
And my mom thought she was slick, because she know I didn't like no castor oil. She
She put it in
I-
the shoes.
got my orange juice. I'm drinking. I'm like, something different about this orange juice. I'm like,
Something is
I
different.
drunk it, and this one I took a bigger swallow. And I'm like,
Oh,
this nasty castor oil. It makes you want to.
It does. It
It's
does.
not.
I never had to do it. I never. Should have.
Now we know why Andre's so tall. He was drinking castor oil
Oh,
every day.
really? Let me find
cleansing.
out.
Oh,
For the
this
cleansing.
is the secret sauce.
Oh, it's a laxative.
That's why I was supposed to have flavor. What's wrong with us?
What?
You know, I
That's
think
what he
I think
said.
that was the thing to make sure that we
Keep you regular.
keep it. You are so crazy.
That's what Google just told me. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I think we have got to wrap up. Shout out to Don Lemon. Shout out to
yes.
everybody trying to keep a job these days.
Don was super unbothered, by the way. They were trying to bring it up. He was like, y'all more worried about it than I am.
Yes, when he was on the red carpet at the
Yeah.
time, he was like, y'all more worried about
He
me
was
than
glowing.
me.
He said,
Yeah.
I'm good. Y'all know Don is good.
Don is good. Don
Yeah.
is good. We love him.
He'll be good, you know.
Even though I do think it's funny, people thought it was actually the other light-skinned anchor. What's his name? That was having an affair on his wife.
TJ
with his
Holmes.
TJ Holmes.
Yeah.
Because I actually did too for a second. And I know both of them, but I was like, why is Don being fired? I thought it was the other guy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Advice
Yeah.
advice
Shout
to
out to
CNN, you gotta have chemistry.
Bigger and
Gotta
better
have
things.
chemistry.
And that is a wrap. I love our chemistry. Thanks so much for
Yes,
watching.
yes.
You know, because if it's Friday, it's finally
Wait,
Friday.
Make sure we let them know that we may be kind of off for a little while.
Yes, that is true. Unfortunately, you know, we just have too much chemistry that we need to give a break. No, next week, oh my goodness, our one and only Lynzee Mychael is
Graduated.
I love how the show has followed me from intern.
Yes.
It's a series.
College
Beautiful.
And
career.
now it's coming to a season finale.
It's the season finale,
Yes.
and
Oh, it's a
we
hiatus.
yeah, when we come back next season,
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
I love it. I love
y'all
it.
not even gonna be ready. But thank you guys so much. I'm very excited about graduation.
I love it.
Just excited to be here, excited for the future. Love my team, even the ones off camera. Shout out to producer Bay.
Yes, yes.
Hold on.
Hey.
Hey! There we go.
Yeah, so like Andre said, the chemistry is fire, and we coming back better than ever.
Yeah. And speaking of us taking just a minor break, next week is my birthday.
Birthday.
What you doing?
Mm.
A lot of things. I'm gonna enjoy my time, and you know, I will keep y'all updated.
Andre said, I'm not seeing y'all next week. Okay, I'm out of here. I'm out of this rainy weather.
Yes. 25 years.
Yes.
94.
Yes. Okay. Absolutely. Thank you. 98.4. So Andrea always introduces me that I work at 98.4. We are the largest Black-owned, minority-owned PR agency in the state, full-service agency in the state, and yeah, we're celebrating 25 years this year.
I love it.
So we literally kicked off. We're doing 25 acts of kindness throughout the year. So you know we'll keep everybody updated on that too. But yeah, shout out to the agency. I love working there.
Representing some of the best clients across the
Yes.
area.
Yes.
Literally the region as well. So, and you know, shout out to Georgella Muirhead, our co-founder, and Marilyn Horn, who is the current president, owner, CFO. They're amazing, beautiful, and yeah, congrats with 25 years.
Black girl.
25 years is a big
Yes,
deal.
yes.
Black girl, black woman magic, all that. good
Literally,
Yes.
a lot of agencies don't get to a quarter century. They don't.
Okay.
stuff. We love to see
Of
it.
all races and demographics. So this
Yes.
is a huge milestone. So yes.
Yeah.
So excited.
Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Until next time, if it's Friday, it's finally Friday.
Woo,
Hey.
see y'all.
Bye.